Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view. Mic drop. I know my drop. I know my situation. I don't want to fight. But it's going to be worth it if you want to go for both of us. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Boxing Voice. I am your co-host, your main host today, Michael Gross. Ness is out on a mission. He is going down to Florida and get y'all some exclusive Keith one-time Thurman training footage and some inside information. So whatever questions that you have for Keith Thurman, head over to the Patreon/theboxingvoice.com, sign up and ask Keith Thurman a question, and even ask his trainer, Dan, and I forget his last name, ask him a question too. So without further ado, we will be starting this morning's show, and we will be talking about why there is no drug testing in the biggest fight of this year. I repeat, there is no drug testing in the biggest fight of 2019, and we're just trying to figure out why. Does this give boxing a bad look? Is it necessary for drug testing to be in boxing? Some people may feel different. I'm a proponent of drug testing. I think that people should be held accountable to what they put in their body, knowingly and unknowingly. You know what I'm saying? You are a professional athlete now. There has to be a sense of responsibility when we talk about this kind of drug testing. But this is what we will be talking about today, breaking it down, getting into. If you want to be a part of the conversation, only thing you got to do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Add Nestor Gibbs on Skype, and we'll definitely get to your call. But yeah, man, this is what we'll be getting into before it is. Let me check my IG shit. I might be at 1,000,000. Let's get it. Let's go. We already on this shit, man. The story and the topic spurs from a boxing scene article that they put out today, which is a damn good article. And it just underlines and outlines the importance of a clean sport and the importance of drug testing and boxing. I mean, let's take it from the top. I mean, anytime we have a big time fight such as a Canelo Triple G, there was drug testing. We all know Canelo got caught. Wilder Ortiz, Wilder Fury, AJ Big Baby Miller. The list just goes. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Anytime you have a big time fight in boxing, there is normally drug testing. And for all intents and purposes, Pacquiao and Thurman have drug testing, but they have the Nevada State Athletic Commission of drug testing. So no disrespect to those guys, but they're not on the level of Vada. Vada is a worldwide doping agency which more than one country use and more than one organization use to get the best results. And for the most part, Vada has been doing the job. Vada has been doing an incredible job at catching guys and really keeping the sport honorable. Because at the end of the day, man, I'm not, and I don't want to get this taken the wrong way. Steroids in some sports like baseball, I don't see a fucking problem. Let these motherfuckers juice up and knock the ball out of the fucking park. I have no problem with guys taking steroids in baseball. I really don't know what I'm saying. I feel like baseball was built off steroids in the early 90s. That's what got me into it. That's what got my attention. Now I rarely ever watch baseball. I mean, there's not that home run race or guy hitting 72 home runs like there was back in the 90s. That's just my opinion. Now, when it comes to these contact sports, I have to side with the Sign up no steroids. But I am a proponent of HGH when you're coming back off of injury. And the reason that I say I'm a and the reason that I say I'm a proponent of HGH when you're coming off of the injury, because the most important thing for an athlete to do is get back on the field, no matter if you were baseball, football, basketball, boxing. And the most important thing for fans is we want to see our favorite athlete back on the field. And promoters and sports leagues go the same way. They want their best asset back on the field. And I feel like HGH, when you're coming off a injury, not just taking it just cause, but when you're coming off a injury and you need those muscles muscle cells to rebuild, or those ligaments or tendons or things to get stronger and get back to where they were. I am a proponent of HGH. I don't see a problem with a guy trying to heal and get back to where they were. But if you're taking it for a considerable boost and there is no doctor overlooking what you're doing, then I have a problem with that. But as far as guys trying to get back healthy and get uninjured, I do not have a problem with HGH in any kind of sports. You know what I'm saying? So that's we got guys out here talking hella shit. You know what I'm saying? RMV, call in, big dog. You feel me? You can call in, man. You ain't gotta be shot, RMV. We got plenty of time for you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't text me. You know what I'm saying? You see me doing a show. You see me doing a show, nigga. What you want to text me for? Call in. Oh, okay. Now back. Let me get to this article real quick. All right. Hey. On the roast boxing, you ain't got to be with me, dog. That's my opinion. You got your opinion on what you want people to do with SGH. But when you look at SGH, you got to understand what it does. It does help people recover from injury a lot faster than just healing. And I'm a proponent. If I want to see the best product on the field, in the ring, on the baseball field, on the court. So if you feel like that, brother, I have no problems with how you feel. Just understand my position and my proponent of HGH. But let's go ahead and get to this shit, man, real quick, man. Let me see what I got here. All right, the article comes from Boxing Scene, and it's written by Tris Dixon. Big ups to him or big ups to her. I don't know if Tris is a lady's name or a man's name. If it is, I'm apologize to both genders. I do apologize. I'm not quite sure what TRIS is. You guys can help me out. Is it a man or woman? Let me know. All right, this is a very long article too, but I'm gonna read it, y'all, the whole thing. Starts off as there's a very popular school of thought in boxing that if you are in Vada testing or employ any form of year-round random drug testing policy, then you're either looking for an edge or guilty of cheating. That alone should be enough to tempt fighters to sign up to Las Vegas-based Vada. But because of the lax nature of criminally meek punishments and the absence of menacing penalties, there is an element of the sport that just doesn't care. If the authorities and the seats of power in the governing and sanctioning bodies don't seem to be put out by a drip here, a needle there, and some topped up hormones everywhere, then why should the fighters? So basically saying in that first paragraph, if the promoters, governing bodies, sports commissions don't care about drug testing, and if they're not going to employ drug testing, not employ, but do something like us. I mean, again, they have the state Nevada thing going on for the Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman, which is cool, but it's not Vada. It's not year round. It's not getting those guys 16 weeks out, 12 weeks out, 8 weeks out. It's getting them shit when they get there. It's getting them when they get to Las Vegas. And by that time, not saying that those guys are cheating, but we all know by that time, most guys cycle off what they're on. You know what I'm saying? Most guys don't come into the fight a month out already taking what they're on. They already cycle off. So what he's saying is, if the sanction bodies don't care and the promoters don't care, why should the fighters care? And pretty much, I mean, that's true. I mean, we all know that if there is an edge to be taken, some people will try and go and get that edge. We all know that. We all know people out there that will cut corners and try to get the upper hand. Not the right way, but you know what I'm saying? They'll try. On back to the article. If it's not seen as something too bad by the shot callers, then why would anyone else take it too seriously? And here lies a couple of problems. The leniency in the penalties and the unwillingness from the television executives, promoters, and powers that be to take a hard line with cheats has created a cartel blanche scenario where the penalties are so laughable that some fighters figure they may as well cheat given the probability won't be boxing again for 6 months anyway. So what he pretty much saying is like there's nothing out there to discourage you from cheating. You get a 6 month ban, but you get the 6 month ban retroactive back to the date that you first got popped. So the test can come in 2 months later, and you took the test back in January, and they just found it in March. So from January to July, you know what I'm saying, you're out, but you already got 2 months off anyway. So it's pretty much like a 4 month suspension. Like we'll see some things coming up pretty soon with what I think Jarrell Miller. We'll see how he gets back in the fray. And I can't be mad at Jarrell Miller. No, so I can't be mad because I've seen this many times before, like 6 months here, 6 months there, 6 months here, 6 months there. So it's not a Jarrell Miller fault. It is a collection of boxing as a whole and the powers to be fault. You know what I'm saying? Can't just put it on one guy. And let's see. In other sports, records are taken away from those who have cheated. That is true. If you have been proven to cheat, well, I can't say that because shit. Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds. I mean, I know Barry Bonds ain't never been caught red-handed, nothing like that, but Roger Clemens has, and they ain't taking no records from him. They the only thing that they did for Roger is not put him in the Hall of Fame. But maybe they did take some of Roger wins. I know my guy Joseph would know. Did they take some of Roger Clemens wins? Anybody out there in the chat? If y'all know if they took some of Roger Clemens wins, let me know, man. Ness is out on vacation, big dog. Ness is out on vacation, dog. He is down in Florida, getting some content for you guys and Keith Thurman. So it is what it is. Hey, if you don't like my voice, nigga, take y'all bitch ass on. I don't give a fuck. Take your motherfucking ass on. Where is Ness? Where's my daddy? I miss my daddy. Get the fuck out of here, you know what I'm saying? But back to the topic, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my voice is better than Ness anyway. Any day of the motherfucking week. Let's get back to the motherfucking topic at hand. But yeah. All right. In other sports, records are taken. Oh, okay. So Big Joseph, exactly. So I don't know where he got that from, but Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds and Ryan Braun and what's the guy's name? Pedro Martinez. Those guys' records didn't get fucking wiped away. So I don't know where that came from you, Trish, but that's not right. I'm trying to get it. In boxing, well, there's hardly as much as asterisk next to a offender's name. It's as you were. Ply your violent trade. Make your money, and if need help, then get it by any means necessary. Then, by all means, get into Casta Nostra. I don't know what the fuck that means. Unfortunately, that Hall of Fame bar is not as morally high one, with convicted rapists and killers who have plaques on those hollowed walls. So he's saying that cheating is not the worst thing that can be in boxing. You have Hall of Famers that have convictions of rape and killing in their past, and they're still in the Hall of Fame. And I mean, that goes for all sports, really. I mean, if you look at the Football Hall of Fame, there's guys in that motherfucker that got some records on this shit. So, woo. But presently, the sport where those who have injected PEDs have received joke bans, while some fighters who have failed tests without the same degree of malice or without any intention of cheating have been reprimanded far more severely. I think I have seen an article or a fighter who was like suspended for like 2 years for doing something similar to what Canelo was doing, and I didn't understand why that was. Maybe you guys can help me with his name. Who was the guy that was taking the same thing as Canelo, and he was taking the same thing as Canelo clenbuterol, but he got a far longer suspension than Canelo did. If you guys can help me out with that, I will damn will appreciate it. But back to the story. But boxing, pathologically weak structure and hopefully flimsy. Exactly. Nick Diaz, they gave him 4 years for weed. You give Nick Diaz 4 years for weed, and even though it's in MMA, it's still the same kind of guidelines under the Nevada State or California State Commission. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how a guy can get 4 years for fucking smoking weed. Don't understand that at all. He goes on to say, "You don't need me to trot a list of high profile names who have been caught and then seamlessly slipped through a net with more leaks than a dingy in a needle factory." What the fuck are you doing? Yet the problem is not that the duration of these farcical suspensions is implementation of bans. A fighter might be blocked from boxing in New York, but an ambitious promoter in Idaho could see the opportunity of getting a name in a draw on their bill and then could slip them into a small arena and perhaps even sell the fight based on controversy. The same thing doesn't just apply from state to state, but country to country. Of course, too many people will be interested in have their heads turned by the lure of having a big name on their bills or fighting under the banner, promoting or allowing a show to go on with no shame and no regard. Importantly, for the opponent or the greater good of the sport. The same thing applies to medicals. No more. I use no medicals. Shout out to my nigga Triple G. A fighter banned in one place gets a license somewhere more obscure where they can circumnavigate the same test, exams, and line of questioning all too often. These sideshows are planned off as the chance to see a name, regardless of what's left on the fighter. No one ever comes out these with any credit. The same way few people come out with any credit if they signed up to USADA testing. Oh, whoa, here we go. He talking bad about USADA now. Can y'all help me in real quick? Why does USADA get a better name than Vada does? Let me know that, because didn't USADA have some kind of controversy or thing going on to where they were in the spotlight for doing something that was unethical or something like that? Let me know, y'all. While y'all let me know, I'm gonna go out to this roll call. Big ups Rue in the 504, Angelo Classen, H Money, my guy Joseph Rodriguez Garces, Jason Kennel, PG Darrell, the Grim Reaper, Lewis Coleman, Grievous, Tosh Bear, Jay Rilla, Boxing Patreon, Struggle Boxing, Tommy D, Big Nick, Stone Bone Boxing, Jimmy JM, the legendary Bobcat, Roy Babanooks, Rick, M. Joe, Ryshawn Hargreaves, Marcus Duncan. Big ups to everybody out there, man. I only really heard about USADA because that's who Floyd uses. Apparently, Vada catches way more people though. Money, my USADA has a lot of stuff that you can use that Vada doesn't let you use. Okay, I bet. What up, Jonathan Sims, man? What up, everybody out there, man? All right, let's get back to this article, man, and let's see what he has to say about USADA. As the influential author Thomas Hauser wrote in 2018, their tests were simply not catching anyone, and you have to be, and you have to plan naive to think that in this, the red light district of sports, of the 1,501 tests carried out at them, only one positive have been revealed or depicted the extent of drug use in the sport. Hauser told sources informed him that USADA were dealing with these matters internally without without reporting the positive test to the opposing fighters camp or the state athletic commission that had oversight responsibility with regard to a given fight. USADA issued a statement countering Hauser's claims, but still, the very landscape of drug testing and that supposedly noble art beggars belief. But that's boxing. Damn, so USADA was out here doing shit internally, like keeping failed drug tests to themselves and not telling the commission or the opposing fighters camp. That's crazy. Like shit. Think about that for a while. You can be let's just ponder on that for a second. That's a point that I'm not just gonna gloss over. So you mean to tell me that I could be possibly fighting a nigga in the ring and this motherfucker could be juicing up and y'all won't tell me? I'm in here fighting for my life and y'all won't let me know? Y'all just let this man fail a drug test and sweep it under the motherfucking rug? Y'all won't tell the fucking state commission. Y'all won't tell the opposing parties. And y'all won't tell the opposing fighter? What the fuck is going on? I see why we don't use USADA no more. UFC, y'all can have USADA. If that's how they working, I don't want them in our sport at all. I don't want them in our sport at all. If that's how they conduct business, the fuck with them. The hell with them. I said the fuck with them. The hell with them, yeah. The hell with them. Fake ass goddamn me drug testing agency. But here we go. Which brings me on to the boxing showpiece fight of the summer. The welterweight clash between Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao on July 20th. Both opted to steer clear of Vada testing, which is statistically and stringently the most comprehensive form of testing available. The testing has come down to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and you would like to think it will be all transparent and above board, but it just makes you wonder, why wouldn't you want the gold standard? Why wouldn't you want people to not question or doubt you? Why wouldn't you want to be a role model and not have anyone wondering why you wouldn't do it? Perhaps it is more expensive, but maybe you'll get what you pay for. The wholesome image that comes with Vada testing is priceless. And I have to agree. I have to agree. We seen Vada catch a lot of people. Like Vada don't give a fuck about big fights. Let's just put that out there. Vada don't give a fuck about big fights. Canelo Triple G. All right, you got Columbia Raw? Get him the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out of here. Oh, Big Baby. AJ. Big Baby, you taking EPO? All right, get him the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. Ortiz, you got blood pressure. But you didn't tell us about that, huh? Get him the fuck out of here. Vada don't care about big fights, bro. Vada don't care about the names on the bill. Vada only cares about that piss and that motherfucking blood. As long as that shit come back clean and you guys don't have any kind of abnormalities in your piss or your urine, Vada's all good with you. But one thing Vada don't care about is motherfuckers out here propelling or trying to save a big fight. That's not their business. Their business is to catch drug cheats. And I gotta agree that Vada is the gold standard when it comes to drug testing in boxing. And if you're doing a big fight, and if you're doing a so-called showcase fight of the summer, the biggest fight of 2019, you got to have Vada testing. That's why I look at guys like Earl Spence and Mikey Garcia. They didn't have they had a WBC, whatever kind of belt on, some kind of belt that the WBC just made up for them. But they did Vada testing. Terrence Crawford goes out of his way to do voluntary drug testing. Bo Mack was on our show a couple weeks ago and told us that verbatim. Goes out of his way. He doesn't. He's not even in the WBC rankings, but he signed up to Vada. Many guys out there take Julian J. Rock Williams, another guy that I fucking love. He goes out of his way, and he said the ball is in my court now. So anybody who's fighting me will be doing an 8-week, 12-week, 16-week thing with Vada. I'm not out here bullshit no more. So big ups to J. Rock Williams. Big ups to every athlete, Deontay Wilder, every athlete out there that's in boxing that has signed up to the clean boxing program for the WBC or year-round Vada testing. My hat's off. My hat is off to you guys. Back to the story right quick, man. We only got a little bit more, then we're going to turn it over to these callers, you know what I'm saying? So if you got a comment about the story, if you got a opinion about this topic, only thing you got to do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be a part of the conversation. Add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be a part of the conversation. And let's not go on about safety, because the minute a cheat kills someone after several weeks of sticking a needle in their ass to get a edge, well, frankly, I don't think it would make a jolt of difference. Some will say the moment will be the watershed, but I disagree. Boxing will roll on regardless, morals in the gutter, with fighters left bloody, beaten, and helpless, with their nearest and dearest to pick up the pieces. Pacquiao always pledges to help his people in the Philippines, but fighters should be his people too. The sport has given him everything. The spectre of suspension always looms large over many, right or wrongly, and he should be going out of his way to minimize it. Yet he doesn't. Pacquiao has given us some memorable nights over the years, but sporting figureheads like he and Thurman should be doing everything in their power to show the sport in the best light possible. And that means ignoring the wishes of those who clearly did not want Vada involvement, as you would like to think that the decision was not made by the fighters themselves. Yeah, I would like to think that the fighters didn't make that decision. I would love to think that the fighters was not the end all be all for that decision, but who knows, man? Who knows what these guys like, man? Who knows what these guys are thinking? Who knows what these guys are doing? You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys out here in the boxing world, man. I just don't understand why drug testing is just not prevalent throughout boxing, man. Like, I don't understand why it's even a choice. If you're going to be in boxing, you're going to risk your life, like so many of the boxers say. Why not make sure? To not only not? I'm not saying like we know you're risking your life, but why not make sure that you're not endangering somebody else's lives by showing the people that this is a clean sport and that you're not out here endangering people at the end of the day? Because boxing, man, it's gonna be it's unforgivable. Like, we've seen people get hurt. God bless Adonis Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? So it's not one of those sports that we get it misconstrued as like a gentleman sport. This is a brutal sport, and at the end of the day, it's tough, man. It's tough. All right, let me go ahead and open up these Skype lines, man. Before I get to these Skype lines, I don't have the fucking intro or the fucking El Camino shit, so I'm gonna just give them my hood shout out. Big ups to El Camino. You know what I'm saying? They do a good job at charging up cars on the East Coast, New Jersey, New York area. You know what I'm saying? They are the premier car charging hub in the East Coast. So if you got a electric car, you know what I'm saying, you got one of them boats, one of those Teslas or whatever that run off electricity, go ahead and look up El Camino and get card charged the proper way and be on about the business. But let me go ahead and open up these calls, man. See who we got on this motherfucker. I think I got my nigga J Hard. Let me call my nigga J Hardcore quick. What up, J Hardcore? See what we got. Hey. Yo, Joe, what's up, Jay, man? Talk to me, man. You live, nigga. You live right now. Jay Hardcore, can you hear me? Hell no, you can't hear me. Let me see this shit. Yo. Guess not. All right, well, I guess I don't have no callers. So shit, that's gonna be a short day for me. Anybody else out there before I let this motherfucker go? So I would shut it down. H Money, Joseph, y'all want to call in? If not, it's gonna be a short one today. Well, let me go ahead and give y'all some things to do. If you want to support the Boxing Voice, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther, only thing you got to do is head over to Patreon/The Boxing Voice and sign up. If you haven't already signed up, right now Ness is down in Florida. So if you want to ask H Money, talk to me, big dog. What's going on?
Hey, yo, what's going on?
Say what now?
H Money.
Hold on, bro. Can't hear you, man. Keep talking to H Money. H Money. Can't hear none of this nigga saying. What's going on with volume? I ain't touched shit. H Money. God damn it. That's not working. Hold on, H Money, man. Let me see what's going on with this shit, man. I can't hear nobody. H Money, talk to me. H Money, talk to me. Yeah, man, I can hear you now.
Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao, man, it's like Keith Thurman really want to end his career, Mike, and I think he may do it. If Manny Pacquiao just happens to run in, man, Keith Thurman gonna cut his lights off, man. They call him one time for a reason, you know what I mean? Hey, Mike, he is the only current unified champion. He was the only one to unify the division, and he definitely got the best resume with Jose Soto Carras, Jose Cito Lopez. He beat Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Luis Collazo. He definitely got the best resume, and giving us this exclusive interviews, man. You know what I mean, Mike? Keep holding it down. You know, you know what I'm talking about? Hear me, Mike?
Man, I don't know what the fuck is going on with my goddamn calls today, but this shit is not even working on. I ain't even changed nothing from last time. So I don't know, big dog. We just gonna end this show. I might come back with another one later on the day, you know what I'm saying? Probably a little bit after lunchtime, and we'll have another topic for you guys. Until next time, I'm out this bitch, man. Big ups to everybody out there in the chat. Thanks for joining. Thank you, H Money, for calling in. And big ups to everybody out there, man. Catch y'all shortly. Peace out.